With season 1 coming out, I feel like I'm a little bit behind on talking about the camo grind. So instead of doing one by one for at least these few guns, we're going to go ahead and get the entire submachine gun list out of the way, including the Goblin. Yes, I've gotten the Goblin gold. I've gotten every single submachine gun gold. So I guess we'll go through the submachine guns. The C9, it was decent. It was alright, honestly. Like, it was kind of just it was just long to get a gold, to say the least. It wasn't too bad and it wasn't too good. It was just like mid-pack. The subs are definitely like not, I would say, zombie weapons for sure, but they're still fun to use. I mean, definitely just being able to shoot non-stop for like 20 seconds in a mag practically. The PP19 was, or 919, whatever it's called, is actually probably my favorite sub in the list. And obviously we used the SOG yesterday, so the SOG was pretty damn good. But the KSV was decent, actually packed more of a punch than the C9, and about the same as the PP1919, or goddamn, I don't know that name, just the Bullfrog, or the PP Bison. Literally, it has so many different names, I can't keep up with them. But right now, I would probably rank the submachine guns as SOG. I'm not gonna say the top spot yet, but SOG, the PP Bison, the KSV, the C9 and Jackal, and then the Compact. I think the Compact is probably the worst submachine gun in the list, only because of how little damage it does to the head. And you get the barrel and it does not do a lot. It's kind of bad. And just, it runs out of ammo fast because of how fast it shoots. Yes, you can make it better with a extended mag, but I do think the Compact is definitely the worst in the group, in my opinion. But it's not safe to say that, you know, it's a very bad weapon. Like, if I were to, even though you don't really do this anymore nowadays, zombies, but if I were to like pull that out the box, I'd probably pick it up and get a couple kills with it before I put it up. But the best submachine gun in all the list, it's not the Jackal. The Jackal's pretty decent. It was probably, I mean, it was up there, but I mean, they're all kind of just run-of-the-mill thing, like, honestly. But the SOG and the PP Bison is definitely like kind of tied for 1 and 2, or 2 and 3. But the best submachine gun in the list is the Tanto. The Tanto is actually, like, when you put rapid fire, I don't even think I did this when I got gold, but when you get rapid fire and put it with that barrel on, the Tanto has like the strongest. I'm pretty sure the damage to the head is like a 42. Keep that in mind, that the Compact, I believe, has like a 21 or 22, something like really, really low. But the fact that it has a drastic difference between the Tanto and the Compact is crazy. But the reason why the Tanto is so strong is because it shoots so slow. But when you fix it by putting on the rapid fire mod, it makes it shoot a little faster to where it's kind of like a normal sub, and it does not take away any damage. The Tanto is actually really, really good. And in zombies, you don't really have to worry about the fire rate of a gun, to be honest. But to make it better, I mean, it's nice to have it, but this ain't like multiplayer, so you don't really need to outgun someone. You just need to do good damage, and that's what the Tanto does. It does an extreme amount of damage, actually. It rivals ARs almost. Like, honestly, if it wasn't for the meta being the Salient 4th, the ASG, or the Sniper, I honestly would put the Tanto up there. Now the Goblin, I heard a lot of things about the Goblin being people's bane of existence, or being like just not that great, or just kind of there. Everyone's saying that, oh, I can't wait till he uses the Goblin. The Goblin is top tier AR in my opinion. I know that's crazy, but the Goblin is legitimately one of the better ARs in the game for zombies. I know it's surprising. It's probably because you have to tap it and people don't like, using semi-automatic weapons. Understandable, but that damage output makes up for it. Now, there is a mod you can put on it to where you don't have to tap it. It's literally a rapid fire. You put that on and then you don't even have to tap it anymore. However, at least I think. I actually don't really know. But it should just make it, even if you had to tap, it should just have a really faster fire rate. But the damage is just so much better than literally all the ARs, all the subs, all the LMGs. Can't rival a shotgun or, like the snipers and all that. But like, it's up there. It's very, very strong. Like, it's equivalent to a marksman rifle. I don't really know why it's not in the marksman rifle category. They put it in the assault rifle, but the Goblin was legitimately really, really good. So I Don't know if I just got a different experience or when I was playing with it, I had a different patch than other people had, but at the time when people were saying it, I already had it gold, I think like prior, maybe like 4 days prior to all the comments that I got. So honestly, I just did not notice the kind of bane of existence in the goblin. I think the goblin's actually top tier and fun to use. And when you pack a punch it, I mean, it honestly just feels better. And I don't know how to explain it, but I actually had fun with the goblin. Right when, like, from the jump, being able to one-shot in the head right away, and I think it was one-shotting for a little bit. And I mean, once you pack a punch it and then you put the rarity up, I mean, it's destroying everything, which is cool. I mean, that's kind of the way it should be with kind of marksman rifle feel, but since it's an AR, I guess it technically isn't a marksman rifle. But that gun was a lot better than I was expecting. So since I technically now have all of the ARs gold as well, we got to rank them. Now I'm just going to base these off the top of my head, don't have the list in front of me, which I guess I could bring the list up real quick. So yeah, let me do that. I have a little spreadsheet that I use, so this will make it easier to actually talk about which, let me see, that's right here. All right, so this is, okay, so Goblin, number 1 in my opinion. I honestly think it rivals the AK-74, mainly because the damage that the Goblin is doing when you actually fully upgrade it and everything, as long as you have a consistent trigger finger, it is keeping up in the later rounds. And like, that's just me being honest. But right below that, I would put AK-74 in the 2nd spot. And in the 3rd spot, the AS Val. I think the AS Val is a very, very good AR to use. Has a tremendous amount of ammo that honestly almost makes me want to put it ahead of the AK-74, just because of the sheer amount of ammo that the AS Val has, but it's fine where it is. Now under the AS Val, obviously we have to put the XM4. I think the XM4 is a nice run-of-the-mill AR that you can use in zombies. It'll keep up until, you know, the normal drop off that every single gun has, which to be expected. We kind of went through this so much that we know exactly when the guns drop off. Then below that, we have to put probably the Model L. The Model L is decent, but I feel like it's just below all the top tier ARs. So it's kind of in that mid pack. Honestly, you could put Model L right above the XM4, you know, kind of swap them if you wanted, because they're pretty similar in my opinion. But right below that, we are putting it's kind of tough. I'm putting an AMEZ 85 though. I actually like the AMEZ a lot, but it is probably one of the weaker ARs out of the list in my opinion. And I mean, it's a good gun to get gold, but it just definitely does way less damage than the majority of the ARs on the list. But the worst AR in the list by far is the GPR 91. Now this is a personal opinion. I don't know if it was just because of the challenges, but I actually had a legitimately terrible time golding that gun. Like, I did not like it. I didn't, not at all. That GPR 91, even pack a punch, I'm like, nah, this ain't great. It's not good. And I felt like the damage output was dropping off way faster than other guns personally. Now I haven't played on the new patch. I heard they fixed a lot of these guns, so the rankings could change. Maybe when I go for Opal and all that, it'll be a little bit different. But as of right now, that is my tier list. I mean, I do think the Goblin is actually top tier, surprisingly. I did not find it as bad as everyone was saying. But obviously, you know, for the people that don't like that gun, the AK-74 is right there and just as good, or even the AS Val. But all in all, golding all these weapons was really fun to do. But from here on out, we're probably going to go back to 1 per episode. I just felt like the saw kind of threw a wrench into my plan, because we also have the Krig. We're going to do the gold Krig eventually, so I want to be prepared to put that out there. And then like I said, we already have a few videos backed up besides that in different categories. Like, already technically at this time you'll be seeing me use it, but I already have the 2 shotguns gold. I have the first LMG gold, and I believe I have the combat knife and the baseball bat opaled at the moment. So technically we have a few, at least 4. We might bunched the two melee weapons together because they're essentially like the exact same thing. There was nothing to really say other than one hits faster, but other than that, like, they were essentially doing near the same damage, kind of. But I think we have about maybe 5 videos backed up at the moment. I also want to do some directed mode stuff to just do the Easter egg. Got a few Dark Ops challenges in mind I want to do. There's quite a bit, but all in all, like, I feel like after the SOG we're kind of caught up now. We just need to do the Krig, and then I'll start pumping out these videos again. But hope you guys did enjoy. I realize this isn't the same kind of video where you guys are watching one gun, but I just felt like we needed to at least close the gap a little bit, because if we would have waited, there would have been literally, I think, 7 videos in the next week of just, you guys just would have been watching a gun and probably thinking, man, he's never gonna get to this gun. And in reality, I've gone through a lot of them, but we still have a lot more to catch up on. So, you know, big grind, we're gonna get through it. And I also didn't like the level disparity. Like, by the time you guys would have seen this, me do the subs and the goblin, I think that's like 2 prestiges behind at this point. So it really just didn't look right, honestly. So that's why I wanted to close the gap at least a little bit, because I mean, it's still not gonna look right with the LMGs or the shotguns, but I'm making do with what I can. Now we're gonna keep going. It's been fun to do this, so I mean, I just wanted to close the gap, like I said, a little bit. Don't want to sound like a broken record, but I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, and you guys know the drill. I will see you guys later.